measure? What's your poison? What's your pleasure? Oh, my city, she never sleeps. My city, she never weeps. My city, she keeps me alive. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, 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 oh. Give it my city, my city. My city, my city. Where do you go when your heart's with a fever? Won't you scroll, but you won't leave her? Oh, here we are, all the freaks and believers, all the sweet neon dreamers. Oh, my city. My city, she never sleeps. My city, she never weeps. My city, she keeps me alive. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, oh. Give it up for my city, oh, 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 oh. Give it
What's the story, NXT and NXT UK fans? Tonight's topics on the Wrestle Story include
Walter's challenger has been chosen,
Fandango returns.
and Mia has Shayna all fired up.
All that and more coming up. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Wrestle Story, where we discuss all things wrestling, the legends of the past, the superstars of the present, and the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Tuesday after SmackDown. I was getting ahead of myself there. And we do stream sometimes after NXT. Try to get as much as possible, depending on
Generally,
what's
most
going on.
times.
And after every pay-per-view, and we also have prediction shows.
Yeah, last week was a little off because we didn't stream NXT, and we generally stream NXT
Yes. If you have not subscribed, make sure you hit subscribe, hit the bell button so you know when we go live. And you can find us on Twitter at Maven Gleen and at Mr. Gleen and at The Wrestle Story.
You remembered mine, but you almost forgot yours.
I know.
Yo, Export.
What's that tell you
What's
about?
up?
How you doing, Export?
You can remember mine, but you can't remember your own Twitter. I can't even say it. Your own Twitter handle.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Huh?
Jeez. So tonight, NXT UK. I thought tonight's shows are actually really good. NXT UK, I did enjoy. The last couple of weeks, I've kind of been iffy on NXT UK. Like, it's just kind of been, like, so-so and, like, kind of meh. And, like, I wasn't super loving it like I was before. But this week's I thought was really good.
It was decent. Definitely.
And the same goes for NXT.
Yeah.
I also thought this NXT was really good compared to the last couple of weeks. Last week's is good. I did catch up and watch that. The week before that was kind of so-so. It wasn't great. So these are definitely better shows than what we have been getting recently, which I like.
Definitely. Hello, James.
What's up?
Tony
What
and
is it?
Becky's #1 fan, and the great news WWE cover comes 5th in gameplay.
I know. We talked about this last night. We were like, so when is
Yes.
the cover?
And Bailey is going to be on the cover.
No, she's not.
Or just her butt is.
Yeah, the download tapings for NXT UK are over, finally. It took 85 weeks, but they're finally done. And they were somewhere different tonight for the show.
Yeah.
Well, it's pre-films,
Yeah.
but whatever. You know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
So, with that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into NXT. Show started off with a bang. We had Tyler Breeze versus Jaxson Ryker of the Forgotten Sons. And this was shocking to me what they did. I was like, no way. You just had Tyler Breeze go over Jaxson Ryker, who, like, hasn't been beaten,
Yes.
if not in a long time, if not ever.
Yes.
I would have to go back and look at that because since I've started watching NXT within the last several months, he has not been beaten by anybody. He hasn't wrestled much, but he has not, when he's been in matches, he hasn't lost.
Nope.
They had him lose via like a roll-up type pin, sort of like, maybe it could have been kind of on a fluke, but, you know, also not, you know, it was like kind of a very...
It can't go away now, James. Fandango's back.
I know, I'm so excited. Guys.
Dango or whatever.
Yeah, Fandango. Wow, you got it right, and you've never even, like...
Yeah, that was before I started watching again. See, that's how important they are, James.
Even you know who
Even
they
I know
are,
who they are.
which says a lot, because you don't really know anybody.
Because they weren't even around when, you know, I started watching again.
Yeah, so Tyler Breeze got the win, and I was kind of shocked. Does anybody know if Jaxson Ryker has ever been beaten? Can somebody tell me that? Because I don't know for sure. In the time, like I said, in the time that I've been watching him for like the last 6 months. 6 months?
Yeah.
It'll be 6 months. So that I've been watching NXT every week. Fashion Files. That was funny. I have not seen him. He has not been beaten in the 6 months that I have been watching him. Like I said, I don't know if he's ever
I don't think he has been beaten.
been beaten ever.
Not that I can think of right off the top of my head.
Cause he just kills everybody.
Yeah.
Like, which makes me think he's like never lost before.
Well, this is kind of, you know, what they need to do with the main roster.
Yeah.
You have shockers like this, and you don't have to do it every week, but you have shockers like this.
Like this, I really wasn't expecting this. Like, I was like, well, Jaxson Ryker's probably going to kill Tyler Breeze, because, like, that's what he does to everybody, right? And then he didn't.
Yeah.
He was in the process of killing him, and
Yeah.
then Tyler Breeze was like, nope.
You're not killing
Roll
me.
up.
You can kill me after I pin you.
Yeah. I'm going to try and look this up and see if he's ever been beaten, because
So after Tyler Breeze gets a win, he gets attacked. I was shocked by that. Love to
I
see
was
Fashion
too.
Police on NXT.
as more of a serious team. I would
Yeah.
agree with that too. I would agree with that. I think it's a really good gimmick,
I do too.
and people love it.
Yeah.
But using it in more of a serious
Way.
way, I think would be needed, and they could really help the tag division.
Yeah, I think so too.
I like the fact that they did not bring Fandango back on the main roster. I like that they did it on NXT.
I like the way they did this. This is kind of cool.
Continue talking.
So he gets attacked. Until Tyler Breeze does. And then, out of nowhere, out of the shadows, Fandango comes out to help out.
I know, he just like came out and he was like, he took his coat off and was like,
That's because he was hot.
and he like threw it, and then he was like, nope, here to save the day.
Yeah.
Because Tyler Breeze, it's a 3-on-1 attack, guys. It's not fair.
Yeah. It's a good
Still
way to
looking.
start the show, I thought.
Continue.
Didn't you? Didn't you think it was a good way to start the show?
Yeah, I did. Sorry. I'm trying to look this up and see if he's ever been beaten. Because, bro. Does this say... It says on June 29th, 2017, in an NXT live event, Ryker made his debut, losing to No Way Jose. And then
Everybody
in
should
July
lose
of
No Way Jose.
2018, his ring name was changed to Jaxson Ryker.
That's
And
what
then
did it.
He made...
He got the name changed. He can't be beat now. No Way Jose was beating him, and now he can't be beat. Well, till he faces Tyler Breeze.
And then he was beaten.
Yes.
Like, for reals. Like, guys, come on. That was kind of... I don't know, man. But that just... I was shocked. I
Yeah.
really was to see them have him get beaten by him.
Yeah.
So then we get a recap of last week with Io and Candice, and how Io had a match with Casey, and then Candice came out and, beat her up.
First thing I'm going to do when WWE 2K20 comes out is give Becky other challenges as dominant in the entire division, both division and be Becky in 2000. Well, it's a good thing you're going to do that, James, because when Bayley's on the cover, that way you can always be satisfied with whatever you do with Becky.
So Io and Candice recap. They beat each other up.
Yeah,
I thought it was good. I did go back and watch the segment from last week.
I don't know. I just don't like doing the recap stuff.
Well,
It's
putting
like,
the
who
recap
cares?
in there is good because if I hadn't watched last week's NXT, sort of
Well, the problem is they'll do a recap this week, and then they'll do a recap next week, and then they'll do a recap at the pay-per-view. And it's like, okay, why do we need all these recaps?
I mean, I do get that. I understand that. So yeah, that's what that was. And then we get the final match for the semi-qualifiers
Yeah.
of the breakout tournament. So Bronson Reed
versus Cameron Grimes.
I was also kind of shocked that they put Cameron Grimes over Bronson Reed.
Yes, I thought Bronson Reed was going to win. And then he didn't.
I think doing Cameron Grimes is probably better because I feel like he has more of a character going than Bronson Reed. Because the crowd is behind Reed, but just watching him, from the first time I watched him, I was kind of like, I think this guy has potential of going somewhere. I just don't quite understand what the gimmick is.
Yeah.
I don't quite get that yet. There really isn't a gimmick there. And so I think that was probably part of why they didn't have him win against Grimes.
Yeah.
Would just be because he needs a little bit more character development.
Yeah.
Before he can go and get a championship opportunity.
What about Candice LeRae?
She beat Io up. And we have more to talk about later in the show, James. So you're just going to have to wait.
Sorry, James. So Cameron Grimes ends up getting the win.
So it will be Cameron Grimes versus Jordan Miles at Takeover.
Yes.
For the final spot. And then I think it's a Takeover, isn't it?
I don't know.
I believe it's at Takeover because we have the last match there. Not next week.
Yeah.
Or the week after that. So the last match, I believe, will be at Takeover. Jordan Miles versus Cameron Grimes. I really want to see Jordan Miles go over just because I feel like he is a better character. And I feel like it could be very interesting to see which title he picks to go after. And the kind of storyline depending on... Hey, little fettuccine. What's up? Wow, sarcastic. No, James, I was being serious. You're just going to have to wait.
I wish it was Isaiah Scott and Ninja Cars eliminated.
Yeah. Who didn't get eliminated. Yeah, I got what you meant. You wish that they weren't eliminated. I thought Garza had I like his gimmick too. I really liked his too.
His is good.
So I definitely would have loved to see him go, to the end of the tournament. But I'm rooting for Jordan Miles, man.
Yeah.
I hope he gets it. And I'm really curious to see what they would do with him depending on what kind of what championship he goes after, who's champion, and what kind of a storyline they could build.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see him and Dream or him in Cole or Gargano.
Well, I think we need to see where things are going to go after SummerSlam. And I think even more important, we need to see where things are going to go in October. Or right around October.
Yeah.
When everything starts to change.
Yeah. But yeah. So, Lil Fettuccine, you asked. Shayna, main roster for SummerSlam?
No.
I don't know.
No.
Why? Why no?
I just think they're going to wait.
I don't know when they're going to bring her up. It's coming. I'll touch more on that in just a minute. Will Undisputed Era be in War Games again this year? I would hope so. Because War Games before with them was a lot of fun. I liked it a lot. So I think that, I think that'd be fun. You gotta calm down with the smiles. I mean, I do get what you're saying. But I think that's part of his gimmick.
He's Bailey wannabe.
He is. I was gonna say that. He's Bailey. You'd put them in a mixed tag team challenge together.
No one wants to be on the main roster.
Hope to God Vince ruins
She
her.
will come back closer to or she'll move up closer to WrestleMania.
I don't see them keeping her down there for that long.
I think Ronda's going to come back about WrestleMania, and then they'll
WrestleMania of next year? That's April, dude.
Yes.
I think if they're bringing Ronda back, they're name dropping her a lot. I think if she's coming back at SummerSlam, or shortly thereafter SummerSlam.
I don't know.
I don't either, but I think
I just think Mania is the perfect time to bring her back.
I disagree. I think if you're gonna do it before. Have her, there for a bit. Because probably, I'm just assuming, based off of, WWE's thinking, the sooner they bring her back, the better the women's division is going to get. Based off of their excellent expertise.
Which probably will happen just because they'll start to focus on the women more.
Uh-huh. So, I mean, it'll suck. Because Ronda will be in everything.
Yes.
And they'll probably put the championship back on her.
Yeah.
Which is gonna suck.
Yeah. I agree.
But, if she's coming back, I think she'd probably go on SmackDown. Because I feel like SmackDown's gonna need it if they're going to Fox.
Yeah, probably.
Because having her on Raw, I mean...
I would prefer Shayna over Natalya as Becky.
I'd agree with that. I do agree with that. I would prefer Shayna as Becky's challenger for SummerSlam over Natalya.
I wonder if they're just not giving Natalya one last shot.
I don't either. But, I don't know, man. It's just not... It's not that it's not entertaining. But I just feel like, I've been saying this about Natalya for a bit now. I just feel like Natalya needs to not be main talent anymore, I think they almost need to use her as more of a help get new talent across. Putting her in matches with Lacey would have been good. Putting her in matches with, anybody. Just to help them in the ring and kind of, get across more, I think is kind of the spot she needs to be in, or she needs to work backstage.
Yeah, I guess. Who would get the biggest pop at Toronto? I think we kind of touched on this yesterday, didn't we?
Toronto 2.
Yeah.
Toronto 2. A takeover,
yeah.
Fool. We didn't talk about this. We talked about SummerSlam.
Didn't we talk about Takeover 2 some?
No.
Oh.
Wow.
Might have been a dream I had.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I think...
Candice? I think Candice is going to get a big pop because she's going against Io.
Gargano.
Yeah. But I also feel like Dunn is going to get a loud pop.
If Ciampa just makes an appearance, he'll get the loudest.
He will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What team should be the women's tag team champions?
The Kabuki Warriors.
Right now, yeah, that's who I'd say.
Or, better yet, bring back Boss and Hug Connection. Thanks, WWE. That'd be excellent. Did you see that stupid video?
No.
On Twitter, where they explained why there was no match because Billie Kay had puppy fever.
Oh, yeah.
She got it from Peyton's Doberman.
I did not see that.
And then they got cornered by Mandy and Sonya and the Kabuki Warriors. And they both were like, this is ridiculous. What are you even doing?
So it was all part of the show.
So it's going to be Iconics versus Fire and Desire versus Kabuki Warriors at SummerSlam. I'm telling you right now, that's what's happening.
Great. I'm so excited about
They
that.
better be taking the titles off the Iconics. I don't
Ronda runs every
care.
time she loses, just like when she ran from Cyborg. Yes.
I'm telling you right now, they better be putting the titles on somebody else. I don't even care if it's Fire and Desire. Take the stupid titles off of the Iconics because they are meaningless on them. Absolutely meaningless. It is absolutely pointless to have the titles on them at this point. They keep running away from challengers. I don't care if that's their gimmick. They're the champions. They should be defending their championships, and they're not.
Yeah.
So that's where I have an issue.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what they said in the promo video. They both went up to them and were like, seriously, you're the champions.
But they're doing perfect.
They are doing what they're supposed to do, and I get that.
They are doing perfect.
But it is horrible. Because if you're the champion, you are supposed to be defending your titles, and you're not.
It might be terrible, but it's
I don't want to see
all
the
part of
titles.
gimmick
I don't
and
want to see
it's- and
any
it's
titles
history.
put on the Iconics from here on out. I'm just over it. I'm tired of them being champs, and I don't want to see it again.
Yeah, I don't understand the tag titles either.
They are a joke, and the Iconics have made them more of a joke
Well,
because they don't ever defend them.
well, the problem is they just don't book right. But they don't book like singles matches right either.
No, but the tag titles are a complete joke. At least we are getting the SmackDown and Raw Women's Championships defended at every pay-per-view. The Iconics haven't defended their titles at a single pay-per-view.
Well-
So, you know, that excellent.
Okay, but think about it. Who's been around?
I don't.
Tell me what tag teams have been around.
You
for
have
the
had
women's
Kabuki
division.
Warriors. They won a match in Tokyo months ago to get a championship opportunity. They never got it. They have kept building these things,
I think that was only about a month ago.
and then they don't go through with them. It is ridiculous.
The problem is they don't have like the women's tag division. There's not a lot of options. We get Undisputed Era NXT theme opening after the
I would love that.
yeah. Peyton and Billy are what's going to. Peyton and Billy are what's going to today.
You had to reread that. You were like, what?
Yeah.
No, okay, well, 3 tag teams off the top of my head that they could have defended their titles against at 3 different pay-per-views. You have Fire and Desire, you have the Kabuki Warriors, and you have Alexa and Nikki.
Yeah. Well, again, you haven't had a lot of the tag teams around. The Kabuki Warriors just like came together in the last couple months.
Back at the Superstar Shakeup!
Last couple months.
Exactly! Why weren't they given a tag team title opportunity shortly after they came up?
I don't know. But outside of them, who else is there?
Fire and Desire and Alexa and Nikki. Because at this point, I don't see them breaking up Alexa and Nikki for quite some time. And a lot of people don't want them to break up Alexa and Nikki because they work together really well.
That's going to happen, I think.
I think that they could definitely have a run with the tag titles before they break up. I think they could. I think they should.
Love me some Mandy Rose.
Because this is ridiculous. Having this main roster rant in the NXT review. Yeet. You're welcome. It frustrates me and annoys me.
Aren't you?
To another level.
Export.
It's like for reals, guys. The Viking Raiders get the same treatment. They have like passed it to the Iconics or something. I don't even know because the Iconics, the only time when they ever defended their titles, which happened once in a blue moon, it was just some stupid jobbers on SmackDown Live. What is that? That is garbage. You shouldn't be doing that. 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 If you're trying to make this a legit tag division and you bring the stupid tag belts in, how about you treat them like actual championships? Treat them like actual champions. And then you put the Iconics in this stupid position where they're like, oh, we run away from all matches, so why are they the champions then? Why? Why?
Well, Fatchini, I haven't seen an official card yet.
Why?
No
Why are they champs if all they're going to do is run away from challengers? Makes no
James, are you
sense.
saying Maven should go away? No one cares about Alexa. Just go away.
I never said
Or are you saying Alexa, just go away?
I never said I liked Alexa, but I said that I think they should
know
have
that.
a tag run. Because I think it'd be better than having the stupid championships on the Iconics.
I think James just tried to kick you off the show. And Export can't believe that we're having an NXT review talking about the main roster. Too bad Reed wasn't on commentary during the strong.
He should have been.
Yes, that would have been good.
He should have been, and then he should have, come out.
So then we have Matt Riddle comments on Killian Dain. He says, instead of attacking me from behind, why don't you fight me face to face, bro?
And then we get told that next week they're going to have a match. So, I'm assuming this probably means that they're not going to have a match at TakeOver. Unless, next week, it ends in some stupid way, and then they're like, okay, well, we're going to have a match at TakeOver to replace this match that didn't happen. You're welcome. Philosophy.
Yeah. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay.
So, then we get what I felt was the best segment on tonight's NXT. Shayna and Mia. So, wrote this down because I felt like it all had to go together, Like the whole promo. Well, at least all of Shayna's promo. Because Mia's promo was like street language and like, I don't know how to write that down. But that's her gimmick. And it's good. I just don't understand it.
Yeah.
So, Shayna comes out. She says she got the message. You took out both Jessamyn and Marina from behind. And, cool. She said, you haven't even boarded the plane to Toronto yet, but you've already lost. This isn't the streets. We are professional fighters. And you're fighting like you're on the streets. That's not cool. And at TakeOver, you're going to crack. You're going to crack under the lights and under the pressure. Because you are nothing but a street rat. Mia shows up. She's like, Shayna, you scared, bro? You scared? Because, I'm going to go ham on you and, rip you to shreds at TakeOver. And then she says that she has nothing to lose and everything to gain. So at TakeOver, she will walk out as champion. Excellent. This is probably the best Shayna promo I have ever seen.
It was good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Mia is growing on me, kinda. I agree with that. I used to be kinda like on Mia. Now I do like her. I like her character. I'm glad she's going against Shayna. I think this is a good pairing, and I think this was good. Now
I don't think she'll beat her.
With that being
Because I think Shane is going to be around in the NXT for a little longer.
I hope it's just a little longer, guys. I really hope it. She needs to drop the title sometime soon, though, because she's been champ for forever, and it really is just getting stale. I'm tired of seeing her face as the champ.
Kind of like Becky.
Shut
It's getting
up.
stale.
I am just kind of getting over that. This.
I know the feeling.
I'm kind of over it.
Yeah, me
you know?
too.
And I know everybody else is over it.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to see her as champ anymore. But I can understand this where Mia says that she has nothing to lose and everything to gain. She's probably going to lose. And then we're going to have another match between the two of them, and then she's going to win.
Yeah.
Or another two matches, and then she's going to win.
Yeah.
So either Candice or she vacates the title. I think Candice would be a good one. I think heel Io could be fun.
Becky ain't the man no more.
Sorry.
It's okay, don't cry.
So I don't know. I think this is going to be a really good match at TakeOver. I don't know, man.
Shayna should have dropped the title to Kyrie in New York, and then Io should have turned on Kyrie.
That
would have been good.
That would have been good. Hello, Matt.
Hello,
Welcome
Matt.
to the chat.
I think that would have been a good one.
I do too. I think that would have been good. Oh man, what if Bray shows up at NXT also?
I would love to see him in
reals,
everything.
though, he just takes out, Johnny Gargano wins and then he takes Gargano out. That would be sick, guys, because Gargano would be like, yes, this is my moment, woohoo. The lights go out and Bray's like, not today. No one's safe. Doesn't matter whether you're on the main roster or not. I'm here to kill you.
What if?
Smack.
and we'll have to see who he goes after next, but what if Bray is forming a kind of a group? So he goes after...
He's making a bunch of minions.
He goes after... lost my train of thought now.
Oh my gosh, speaking of Bray.
He goes after...
Don't forget it.
Dude, okay, go ahead, say your thing.
This Io heel turn seemed to be meant for Kyrie, not Candice.
I love the Io heel turn.
I do too, and I could very well see that too. Where it should have been meant for Kyrie and not Candice, but then they wanted to move Kyrie up to the main roster because Candice just kind of showed up out of nowhere, being Io's friend.
Yeah.
And Kyrie was there the whole time.
Yeah.
So that does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It should have been Kyrie. My stupid whiny Dolph Ziggler voice. It's the way it's gonna be now. Anytime I have to say it should have been somebody. It's the way it's gonna be. Poor Kyrie, she's chilling and catering. I know. Maybe she could just come back down to NXT just to feud with Io, just for a bit while she's not tag champs. It'd be fine, perfectly fine. But no. Speaking of Bray, I heard a theory. What if Liv Morgan, with her new character change, it's not for the good, it's terrible, and she joins Bray. She's like, I need to be crazy.
How dare that tool disrespect Becky? Becky will... Plus Kyrie versus Io had some of the best women's matches. Yeah, I think that definitely.
It would have been good. I would have loved to see it before Kyrie moved up.
I think that when Io moves up, you'll see Io and Kyrie.
Io and Karai. It's like
Kyrie.
Io, Shirai, Karai.
Yeah.
You're like, you say
I think
it
you'll see
weirdly.
him going at it. Oh, I know where my train of thought was. So you have Bray went after Finn. And obviously Finn's going to leave for a little while. But he comes back as the demon under Bray's group.
Ministry. Yes. I can see that happening too.
And he goes, Bray let me in, or something like that.
I let him in.
Yeah. Should Mia versus Shayna go first, or Io versus Candice? I would say Io versus Candice.
I would agree with that. I wouldn't be shocked if
just
it opened
because of this, what's at stake.
I wouldn't be shocked if it opened the show.
Yeah. I think
just based upon...
Just because of what's at stake, that's the only reason I think that, yes, Liv Morgan seems lost without a faction to be part of.
Because that's where she's been the entire time. She was with the Riot Squad, and she wasn't, focused on
We'll see what happens when they kind of do her kind of gimmick change.
Transformation. I'm very curious to see what they do.
Io needs to be in the hands of Heyman. I agree. That would be awesome.
She needs to be on Raw.
Which makes me wonder if she won't be coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
Because she sells it. Her heel turn, she's sold.
She does.
And I thought it was one of the best heel turns.
From super babyface to I'm a heel now. It was really good. Because she was a super babyface, guys.
Yes.
For reals. There was not an ounce of heel in her body before she turned. It was good.
I was originally against Cross being part of the Fountain House, but then WWE ruined what was special about her.
Yeah. The craziness.
Yeah.
Screwed it up.
I don't know. Mia versus Shayna might.
I don't think it'll be boring. I think it'll just kind of be a match, and it'll just kind of be there. But I don't think it'll be boring.
No, I don't think it'll be boring.
I just think it'll be there.
I think that you have to have it after the other match just because of what's at stake.
Ciampa's supposed to be returning next month.
I had seen something about that.
I didn't. Livery package will be transforming into a blonde. Probably.
Yes.
She'll go from pink hair back to blonde hair.
And she'll get the championship.
Yeah, probably, because she's blonde.
Heard anything about Tony tonight? I heard she was breathing, James.
I heard that she was on NXT UK, which we'll get to at some point in time on this show. Sometime down the line. But it's kind of a mishmash.
Stick around, James. We're
True.
Yes,
I agree with that. They completely screwed up Sanity. I don't know how they did it, but they did. They really did. And it was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, they went from being such a dominant force in NXT to just being nothing.
But, Matt, I think it's like, they have messed up a lot of
They have messed up a lot of
NXT
people.
stars that could have been they could have been stars on
Like
the main roster, like, right away.
EC3.
Oh,
Cole versus Ciampa. Yeah, with how much
That'd be
Ciampa's
good.
been talking about, how much he wants Goldie back?
yeah.
And if Cole's champ, I think Gargano versus Ciampa would be fine, but, like, we've seen it a million times at this point. So I think Cole would be better.
Little fettuccine, if they would focus on the women more, I think they would have room for something like that, and I think it'd be a cool feud.
Yeah.
I think one of the issues right now with the women's division is they put too much focus on the titles, and that's where the main focus is.
Sanity needed Nikki Cross. Taking her from them was the wrong decision. I do agree with that.
Yes.
I think they put her out on her own, and it was just kind of weird, and, like, she wasn't even, like, used. Like,
Yeah.
so keeping
This is
her
where I
with
would like
them,
to
it
see
would've been
her,
better.
like, Alexa make her angry, and then she crosses over and goes into the Bray Wyatt stable.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So then we have Candice outside.
She's, like, waiting for Io to come to the building, to come to, to NXT. And, William Regal comes up and is like, Candice, she's not coming. I told her not to come. She's like, he was like, well, what is it going to take to get you to leave? She's like, give me Io. He was like, okay. At Takeover, it will be you versus Io Shirai. Good day.
Yeah, James, Liv should
Liv Shirt and Carmella.
Liv and Carmella would be a cool thing. I just think that Nikki with Bray will be more interesting than her with. I agree, but I think that this is a way to get her into the Bray. I mean, if they would do it, I don't know if WWE will do it, but it's a way to get her into the Bray group. Because, she's got this all peppy, happy type thing going on, and when Alexa turns on her for good, she, like, snaps. And
It's not going to be good.
Plus, I just wanted to see Nikki and Dain put together as a bizarre couple.
It would have been,
Yeah, definitely would have been good.
Definitely. So, Candice versus Io on the Takeover card. That is 2 women's matches. This is the first time that we've had 2 women's matches on the card in, like, a long time.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a long time.
Yep.
So we're getting 2 women's matches, which is awesome. Yeah. Might be the first time we've seen 2 women's matches on a Takeover card in a while.
That's crazy. You just said that.
I did. You read my mind. So that is awesome. Glad that they are getting 2 women's matches on the card.
Yeah.
Rosemary would fit in with the Sister Abigail role. I do agree with that. Rosemary would be really cool. Not gonna lie. Shelton Benjamin should go to NXT. I mean, he could help out.
I think there's a
He might get
possibility
used.
you're going to see a lot of. Well, I think there's going to be a lot of changes coming, especially if NXT goes to FS1.
Yeah.
I think you'll see a lot of changes happening.
Yeah. So then we get Io versus Candice will be better than Shayna versus Mia.
I agree, but I think because of what's at stake,
Shayna versus
I
Mia
think the
will
Shayna
go
Mia will be
second.
the one that
It'll be
kind of
later in the
veers your
evening. It'll
focus.
probably be like the second to last match on the card because
Yeah.
that's generally where it's placed.
I think it'll be the focus of the women's matches.
Yes.
But I do think Io versus Candice will be the better match.
I agree with that too. So then the next last match, main event that we have on NXT is Pete Dunne versus Roderick Strong. This is a really good match, I thought. Me too. I'm shocked Dain versus Riddle is not on the Takeover card. Yeah, at least not yet. I said earlier that I wouldn't be shocked if, like, next week when they're supposed to have their match, they, like, don't because Dain attacks Riddle backstage or something. And then they decide that they're going to have it at Takeover instead of just having it on NXT. Because I feel like it'd be more impactful if it was on Takeover. I think it makes more sense. So I could very well see them doing something like that.
Question if the WWE too could where to actually see it.
They'll probably just announce it on Twitter.
Maybe they'll do something on.
Raw, because it's Monday.
Yeah, maybe they'll do something on Raw.
I wouldn't be shocked if they just announce it on Twitter, though. They'll
Yeah,
probably
they might
make
just do it
mention
that
of it
way.
on...
I feel like Shayna's kind of above any title. Her character is so good.
I think it depends.
Yeah.
It really depends. I think.
Yeah, I think agree.
As Strong takes the North American title and then feuds with Dunn. I could very well see that happening,
Yes.
too. So Dunn ends up winning
Especially
via...
if there's plans to bring Dream up.
Yeah. I think regardless, Dream is losing his title at TakeOver. I don't care which guy he's losing it to. I think Dunn would be cool to have him lose it to, but if we want to have, like, Undisputed Era walk out with all the gold, I think Roderick walking out makes a lot of sense, too. But ultimately, Dream is losing his title. I just think he is. They haven't really been focusing on him all that much recently. They haven't been using him all that much recently, I feel like. He hasn't really... I feel like he almost hasn't even really been involved in, like, this whole, like, situation. Like, they started it last week. But it just feels kind of, like, weird.
Yeah.
And so, I think he is dropping the title and then he's going to get moved up.
Probably. I'm glad it isn't, because the thing I like about Takeover's match card is less. Yeah, and it goes by quick.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the things that... That's the one thing about NXT Takeovers is the fact that the matches are good,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't seem like you're sitting there for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Just because everything is good and they move it along pretty quick.
I do agree with that.
Street Profits are totally dropping this out. Yes,
100%
we
agree, because they're going to the main roster.
Power rank top 5 superstars between all 3 brands after tonight's NXT episode.
I don't know. It's difficult. I saw... Okay.
Maybe... Here's a thought. Maybe after SummerSlam, we'll give you our top 5.
You got to wait another 2 weeks. You got to wait another 2 weeks to get our picks.
Well,
I saw Dave LaGreca's power rankings for this week.
I want to see what some of these changes are going to be that's going to happen, and maybe we'll have a segment in our show where we give our power.
Maybe
5
every week we should.
on
every
the
week
women's and
we
the
do
men's division.
Our top 5 of the week, just to see who kind of stole the show after all 3 shows. I think that would be cool. Dave LaGreca does power rankings every Wednesday. His rankings today, Maria Kanellis was in his top 5 power rankings. She was number 5.
That's just because
Why?
Because she's the 24/7 champion.
I don't care.
And what they've done with her is made everybody everybody's talking about her.
It's questionable, guys. It's questionable. Very questionable.
It's gonna be undisputed gold after. Yes, we agree. We agree with that.
So, anyways, Dunn wins via submission, and then after that, Dream tries to sneak attack Dunn, but then he rips his hand in half. So.
Yeah.
So that was fun. So then we have NXT UK, and I did also think that tonight's NXT UK episode was also pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
So the show starts with the GMs coming out. I don't remember their names, so I just wrote down GMs. They come out and they talk about Takeover Cardiff, and then they get interrupted by Imperium. I want Bray to destroy Finn, and then depending on who wins the Rollins-Lesnar match, I want Bray to end SummerSlam targeting the Universal Champion. I said that too. I said he should destroy Finn, and then
I wanted
Brock,
to see him show up.
have him go after Brock. Have Brock retain, because I don't think Seth's winning.
I was hoping he would show up every Raw or alternate between Raw and SmackDown and just attack somebody.
I think they should totally do that. Johnny Saint, and the other one, I can't remember what his name is.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is. I really can't remember it. But I think that would be excellent. I really don't see Rollins winning the title at SummerSlam, so I think having him attack Brock would be sick. I would die. It would be really cool.
Yeah.
The Beast versus the
That'd be
Fiend
cool.
sounds nice.
Yeah.
He should target Paul Heyman then. Take out Paul. And then Brock will be like,
That's what I was hoping he would
Whoa.
kind of do the other night.
whoa.
Was take out Heyman.
What is this? Nobody ever touches Heyman. Heyman is he runs away from danger.
Number 5, Maria or Ricochet, Dunn.
The club.
Bray,
Brock. Yeah, I feel like Brock after this week has to be number 1. He
Yeah.
just beat the living garbage out of Seth.
Plus Heyman and Bray on the mic. Yes, please.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it'd be fun.
That'd be awesome.
It'd be a fun one. I really want to see them do that. Have him destroy Finn.
Heyman wouldn't even have to be on the mic. if they did the Fiend coming out, his facial expressions and the way he reacts would just tell the story.
It really would. Heyman is so good. He is so good. So I would love to see them do that. Have them destroy Finn and then just target Brock at the end.
Yeah.
After he retains his Universal
That'd be
Championship. I think that'd be excellent.
Definitely.
So they come out, they talk about Takeover Cardiff, and then they're interrupted by Imperium. Walter gets on the mic and says he has no one to face because he's beaten everybody already, as you can see. Then Tyler Bate, he returns. He shows up and he attacks Walter from behind. Then, not Johnny Saint, the other general manager, can't think of what his name is. You know who I'm talking about. He was like, you know what? You know what? You don't have a challenger, Walter. That's a lie. Your challenger for Takeover Cardiff is Tyler Bate.
I thought Black would be challenging Nakamura because I swear Ali was talking about the WWE title last week.
Just saying. I know. That's what I don't understand there. Is like, guys, come on. Gotta connect the dots here just a bit.
Well, and
I think he's going to get a shot at the title at some point in time.
Eventually. I think Ali is probably a better, and it's nothing.
We had an argument about this yesterday.
I just think he's a better like mid title type person. Tyler Bate versus Walter is a strange one, but I like it.
I do too.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm really excited for this match at Takeover Cardiff. I'm not gonna lie, it's going to be very good. Now, I don't know what they're gonna do here, like, because if they have Tyler Bate win, he's like the hero. He saved the division from Imperium. But if he doesn't, it's just like
favorite NXT pay-per-view.
Meh. You know, Walter's still champ. I don't know, man. That's hard. The
NXT pay-per-views are hard because they're all really
good. Really good. Randy versus Ali will be interesting since Randy is the one who injured him in the first place. It would be. I would really like to see Kofi versus Ali, but I don't think that's happening after SummerSlam. I'm just not on board with Kofi as WWE champion. I really think WWE did it to please the fans. I do agree with you. I was okay with Kofi as champ in the beginning, you know, for the first couple of months. But now that it's like, you know, we're here to SummerSlam, and he's had the championship for like 6 months at this point, isn't it?
Yeah. Like
since WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And so, like, they just gotta do something different. I think he needs to drop the title. A lot of people have said they can't take him seriously with the fact that he's out there, he's throwing pancakes around, he's dancing, and they just don't feel that he's championship material. I'm okay with him doing that. I just am getting bored with him being champ.
Yeah.
I feel like they need to do something different.
Kind of like Becky.
Stop. I'm fine with Becky being champ, guys.
We know.
He's lying. He's lying. He's absolutely lying.
That's why she's talked about, you know, maybe something happening at SummerSlam.
I said I wouldn't be shocked.
Just saying.
I'm not tired of Becky as champ. I want Becky to be champ as long as she possibly can be. But I will not be shocked if they have her drop the championship at
New Day to turn heel.
at
That'd be
SummerSlam.
Good. I think, actually, you know what? I think they just need to break up. I can't see Xavier Woods being heel.
I really can't.
I can see Big E being a heel.
Or they need to have Big E turn on Kofi and Woods and have them stay together as a team, and then have E go out on his own.
They gave him the title because people wanted it, and they gave it.
Didn't know what to do with him after. I agree with that. I do agree with that.
Yes.
100%. It's very similar to that. They just need to do something.
Yes, we get him bored of Kofi as a champion, but you got to admit
he is booked super strong. He's probably like one of the strongest booked that they have right now. Hey, stop, James. How dare I disrespect Becky?
Well, I think because as far as Kofi goes, I think the way he's been booked well.
He's probably the best booked champ they have right now. He is the best booked.
Probably.
We are getting bored of him, but he is the strongest booked.
Last time they were in Toronto, Becky was cheered. I think that
We know somebody who's not going to get cheered. She's going to get booed out of the building, and that's going to be Bailey. Nobody knows why. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Don't be shocked, guys.
Natalia, if they do things right, I think they could get it to where Becky gets booed.
You know the funny thing is, I've seen Canadians on Twitter, they're like, I'm Canadian, and I'm still going to cheer for Becky. I just don't care. Like, even if Natalia's Canadian and she's coming to Canada, I'm still cheering for Becky. Like, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Like, Becky should drop the title to Shayna. That is a legit challenger for Becky. Yeah.
I agree.
I do agree with that. You know, right now, Becky doesn't have anybody who is up to her level.
Yeah.
Right now, so to speak. So I was on your side this time. Yeah, well, thanks, James. Sure didn't seem like it.
Yeah, well, if you go back and read, it says, how dare you disrespect a Becky fan. So they say, why am I disrespecting you?
Darn, I thought he meant that I was disrespecting him. Then you can plant the seeds for the horsewomen stuff. Yeah, I think at some point in time, we're going to see the 4 horsewomen versus the 4 horsewomen. Don't know when, sometime. It'll be like a WrestleMania match. And it'll be epic.
Yeah.
It'll be epic, you guys. Epic.
The man gimmick is getting stale for me.
I think they just need to rebuild it.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing.
Well, man. They just rebuilt it.
No, but I feel like they just need to, like, rebuild it.
Yeah.
You know? Okay, guys, we need to finish talking about NXT UK because then I want to talk about Roman, the stupid Roman segment from last night, because I have more to say on that, and I figured some things out that might connect the dots here, and y'all are going to be like, what? So, just hold on.
What?
So, anyways, Tyler Bate is challenging Walter for TakeOver. It should be fun and awesome. Then we get Gallus versus Pretty Deadly. Gallus wins by a lot. And then they call out the Grizzled Young Veterans and say that they want a tag title match. They should be next in line. So I will not be shocked when this match is made for TakeOver Cardiff. Then we get Danny Luna versus Rhea Ripley. Don't have a clue who Danny Luna is. Never heard of her.
That's why she lost.
Never seen her before. I figured when she came out because I never heard of her. A massive sanity chant broke out and yeah. It's just fun. James, we're getting to that.
James.
Tony's next. Hold on.
We found out she's still alive.
So as you would expect, Rhea gets the win. You know, it was great. Then we get Tony and Kaylee Ray. There was a video about them talking about, you know, being challengers and friends and then not friends because she's now not the same person and Kaylee Ray is not the same person and they used to be friends and it's just
And now they're not.
Now they're not. So, you know, it's very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Sanity is still in our heart. It is. Sanity still lives on. Sanity forever. Vince should love Tony and Rhea. They're blonde. Mm-hmm. You should.
We've actually talked about them possibly coming over to the main roster.
Because I wouldn't be shocked. They're blonde.
Yeah.
They're blonde. So, you know, of course. Then we get the main event, which was Jordan Devlin versus Alexander Wolf. This is actually a really good match. This is actually really good. For a split second, I thought Jordan Devlin was going to go over Wolf. And then I was like...
Split second went away.
Yeah. And then Alexander Wolf ended up getting the win. So that's good. Rhea,
I would like to see both of them come over at the same time.
Getting called up first. I wouldn't agree with that. I think if they're going to... Because I don't know what they're going to do with Tony and Kaylee Ray. Like, I really don't see them putting the championship on Kaylee Ray.
Here is what they need to do. Or what they should do.
But I feel like they're just going to keep it on Tony because I feel like Piper Niven could potentially be the next NXT UK Women's Champion.
What they need to do, they need to start a Rhea and Tony, like, feud.
They've had a feud.
But, I mean, like, really focus on it. And
they had a feud that they focused on before.
Okay, hear me out.
Okay, continue talking. I'm just saying they did have a feud before.
They need to have a feud, like, you know, like now or soon. And then one of them comes up to
Yes! Tegan Nox is back. If you didn't see that, she came back at a live event. I was really excited. She's been out for a long time, and I was really excited. Like, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with, guys. Like, legit. Tegan Nox, excellent performer. Loved her in the Mae Young Classic. Loved her on NXT. She's excellent. Continue talking.
So one of them comes over into the main roster, and then, like a week later or 2 weeks later, the other one comes up, and they kind of do a feud, like, you thought you could run from me, and, you couldn't, and you can't hide from me, and then you have a match there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big Wolf fan until Takeover Brooklyn versus AOP. Became a fan of that man. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I think he is turning on Walter.
I agree.
I think that's going to happen.
I think I said that when he went in there, didn't I?
Imagine the pop for Tegan Nox and Takeover Cardiff. I mean, yeah, come on. Tony and Rhea should definitely end up.
Yeah.
And, getting called up.
Get called up.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do agree with that. So, now, guys, for those of you that weren't in here yesterday.
I think it was just Matt.
Yeah, so Matt, for you that
that.
weren't in here yesterday, well, at least as far as we know.
The rest of you can, I guess, plug your ears, because
no, it's fine.
Apparently she's not talking to you.
I'm
or
talking
me.
to everybody, but for those who, may or may not have been in the show last night, Nikki Storm and Big Damo. Those are some interesting names.
Yeah.
I wasn't there. See, Expo wasn't there either. Jeez.
You weren't here last night?
No, he wasn't.
Where were you?
He wasn't there.
Jeez.
It's Buddy. Matt, you ruined it. Stop it. That was supposed to be... You just joined the chat, and now we're going to have to ban you. Because
Matt?
you just stole my thunder.
Apparently you just got on her bad side. Good job.
You just... Guys.
Good job, Matt.
I can't believe you, man. It's all over Twitter. I know, but I was going to talk about it.
She had this big speech ready, and then you just messed it up.
I'm still going to talk about it.
Come on, Matt.
Anyway, so yesterday, that atrocious Roman Reigns segment, Matt, what did you think of that Roman segment yesterday? Probably the same thing everybody else was. We were like, what the...
He thought it was Buddy Murphy.
What was that? No, but today on Twitter, there were screenshots. If you see in the background, yeah, it's fine, I know. I'm messing with you, okay? We're not going to ban you from the chat. Jeez, I don't even know how to ban anybody from the chat. He doesn't know how to ban people from the chat. Well, actually, yeah, you probably do, but I don't. So Kevin Dunn couldn't control himself with these camera angles.
Matt, you'll find out that we're pretty lighthearted here. We don't take anything too serious.
No, not really. Especially this
Not even
Roman Reigns segment, because this was absolute and utter, like, I was like, that was stupid. Cause
I went back and watched it again, and I
did
like,
too. I watched it on
like,
Twitter like a million times, like just the clip and the Kayla scream in the background. Kayla put up a tweet. She was like, you guys, I wasn't acting. I was legit scared for Roman's life. Like, you're not helping. We know you were acting. That was a horrible scream. It was terrible. And, like, stop. You're digging yourself a deeper hole.
Yeah.
I wasn't acting, guys. I was literally scared for Roman's life.
So what?
What?
I guess, Buddy Murphy, I guess, would be one that you wouldn't expect.
I said Buddy Murphy yesterday, dude.
Yeah, you
going
did.
through the list, I was like, oh, Buddy Murphy hasn't been used for anything. So
That was one you did say.
I did say Buddy Murphy. Go back, roll the footage.
And that was before
Buddy Murphy.
we even thought about,
Lars.
about the video.
Oh, yeah. That was
And
before
seeing
the
him in the
video.
video.
I said Buddy Murphy. I was like, oh, Buddy Murphy would be. He could be interesting because he hasn't been used at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, somebody enhanced the shot from backstage.
The best kept secret.
And for reals. And I saw it and I was like, yes. Buddy Murphy and Roman Reigns. Come on. At least we're using Buddy Murphy at this point, guys. Like, For
Well, that's
reals, they haven't been using Murphy for months. They moved him up and then they didn't freaking use him. It made me so mad because he's amazing. He's awesome. He's amazing. I'm a Murphy Mark. I'm a Murphy Mark too. Guys, he is the best kept secret. He's literally amazing. And they didn't freaking use him.
Well,
and it made me so mad because they used Alexander a little bit, and then they just recently started to use Alexander.
Well,
but Murphy's still nowhere to be seen.
Well, and that's the one thing you've seen over the last couple weeks is you've started to see more wrestlers being used.
He is one of the best talents.
He is good.
He is. He truly is. He's amazing. I love him. I'm super excited. If this is truly what they're doing, and Murphy is who attacked Roman, like I'm excited.
Yeah.
Because nobody would have guessed that.
No.
Well, except me.
Again, that's one of those, shocker type things where somebody you don't expect.
Except me, bro. I was like, Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy, I mean, I listed a lot of people, but Buddy Murphy was one of them. He was one of the first that I said.
Yeah, he was.
Because I was like, yo, it could be anybody.
Yeah.
So it's
weird that Buddy Murphy was really nothing when he was starting with Blake.
teaming with Blake, and then he went on his own and became one of the best.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
It's what he needed. He needed that singles push. Having him as cruiserweight champ for such a long time, I think that also helped him too.
Yeah.
But I've loved him like for a long time,
yes.
bro. Like for reals though, he's like amazing, and I'm really excited. If it truly is Murphy, I'm really excited. He's getting a big push, and like putting him against Roman Reigns in one of his first big feuds on the main roster. I mean, yeah. If Murphy versus Roman is happening, I think a loss to Roman will not affect him whatsoever.
I agree.
You mean like a loss?
A loss.
A loss for Roman?
No, a loss to Roman.
A loss to Roman.
Yeah, if he loses to Roman, it won't affect him. It won't hurt anything.
Oh, just like Cena versus Owens, where Cena put Owens over. But no, I think looking at that, what? You just confused me the way you said that because I thought it was if Roman loses to Murphy,
if Murphy
it
versus
won't
Roman
hurt
is happening,
Roman
I
at
think
all.
a loss to Roman. So he's a loss to Roman will not affect him whatsoever.
Just like Cena to Owens, where Cena put over Owens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we're like comparing it to that, I think in that aspect, I guess what I was thinking was if Roman loses to Murphy, it's not going to hurt Roman at all.
I think what he's saying is the loss won't hurt him at all.
Oh. Well, I don't think a loss will really hurt either guy.
No.
If Buddy Murphy beats Roman, I don't think that'll affect Roman at all.
Yeah. Pac will be all out. I'm calling it. He screws over Paige.
I could see that happening.
Yeah.
We haven't had him, talked about him in months.
Yeah.
We haven't used him because, they weren't. Said that he was going to just not, they're going to, use him later, figure things out.
Well, it's because he had the title and
Then he had to,
was trying to run this
stuff.
Do the title run with that. So.
The
one they should use is Shelton Benjamin. He'd be a good one, definitely. But Paige is still a nice pick to beat Jericho.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm kind of torn there because I feel like putting the title on Paige would be better. I meant if Roman... See? It was right. If Roman loses, it won't hurt him.
Oh.
I was right.
I think a loss to Roman.
I think he meant a loss for Roman.
Oh.
A loss for Roman will not affect him whatsoever, just like Cena to
Got
Owens.
you.
That's what I meant. It's like when he put...
That's
when
why
he said,
I was totally confused by
when he
that.
said Cena
A loss to
put over Owens, that made me think he meant if Roman loses
Got
to
you.
Murphy because he'd be putting Murphy over, and that's the newer talent, and it's like the same sort of scenario.
Yeah.
See, I knew what he meant.
We follow you now, Export.
I knew what he meant from the beginning, and then he
Okay.
confused me.
Export, I follow you now.
But no, yeah.
I just had to get on the same page.
I do agree with that. I don't think it'll affect him at all if he loses.
It won't.
And I think he needs a loss at this point. He's won so much. Then why didn't Drew win at Mania?
Because Drew doesn't win.
Because Drew doesn't win
Drew
at all.
doesn't beat any of the big names.
He's had a match with Roman a billion times at this point, and I felt that they should have had him lose they should have had him lose. They should have had Roman lose to Drew at like once or twice.
Yeah.
Because he won every single match, and it was just stupid. Like, why are we having these matches over and over again if he's just going to beat him?
I agree.
It seemed dumb. I felt like Drew should have won it at Stomping Grounds. I really felt that he should have. And I thought that they would, and then they didn't, because they're stupid.
Yeah.
Paige and Jericho. I was kind of torn. I'm still torn because I don't know. I think putting the title on Paige would be better.
Yeah.
But I could also see them putting it on Jericho just, for that Jericho heat.
I feel bad for McIntyre. He's supposed to be the feud with.
Yeah.
I
could see Rollins winning the title back and then he feuds with Drew. I could see him doing that, but I also could just see Brock Lesnar beating the crap out of him again.
In export, that's why I can't see it being any one of those three.
Uh-huh.
Just because, first off, I couldn't see any of those three doing what happened.
Especially Joe. Joe is the most obvious opponent for him at this point. I think if he were to make his announcement as to who he was going to fight at SummerSlam, it would have been Joe.
Yeah.
But because he got attacked,
it's going to change.
It's going to change. He's going to completely scratch that, and he's going to fight whoever attacked him. Because he's going to come out next week, and Roman's going to be like, who attacked me? And then Buddy Murphy's going to come out and be like, it was me. It was me. The best kept secret.
I will start back watching AEW when Kylie Ray comes back.
They should focus more on the women's division. I think right now it's a little more difficult. I feel like they have women, but they don't have like that many. And they're supposed to be bringing the women's title in sometime soon.
Well, I think the big thing that AEW right now is they just need to have a show and get started.
Yeah.
Because the pay-per-views, I mean, some people had issues with pay-per-views, but it's hard to build storylines when all you're doing is starting a pay-per-view out there.
Yeah. And
so when they start having their shows, then I think that they'll have to step their game up.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't have any issues with anything they've done in their pay-per-views. Mox will either make the finals of G1 or win the whole thing.
I could agree with
that.
I
agree.
I could agree with that. I definitely could.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could agree with that.
I think with that.
Anybody else have any other questions?
Yeah.
Theories, thoughts, stuff?
If not,
we dragged this out to an hour, which
we
is shocking.
will be back.
I
love how people on Twitter get a detective thing.
Like the Murphy shot. I know. Come on, guys. Like, what normal person? Like, you can't even tell.
The thing is somebody
you can't tell on TV though.
Yeah, but somebody's probably went through and went. See, I don't know watch enough of anything outside of WWE right now or AEW just because of time. Sorry, Matt.
I see some things on.
She watches more than I do.
New Japan, but I don't pay attention to it enough. I know little things, but not too much. So.
We've talked about trying to get more into some of those things.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, like I said, for me, time.
So the funny thing is about that Murphy shot.
Raw SD, which was better to me. Raw or SD, which was better. You liked SD better? I wasn't real impressed with either.
I thought both shows were pretty decent this week, though.
I like the fact that they're using more wrestlers and they're making some changes.
James can't wait till August 5th.
I
can't wait till August 10th and 11th.
But I think the one thing with Raw and SmackDown,
SummerSlam and Takeover.
Right now is I can see changes happening, which is positive.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I just want to see changes happen quick. But maybe after SummerSlam, with Heyman and Bischoff in charge, maybe, things will really kick up then.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
For me, I'm going to say that SmackDown was better. SmackDown had more progression towards SummerSlam, and Raw did
I agree.
not. I agree with that. The one thing for SmackDown that had me like, what was that stupid Roman segment with the million camera angles? I was like, I watched it back about 1 billion times, and I was like, dude, I could have done this better than you guys.
Yes.
For reals. You edited a bunch of people, a bunch of these shots together, and it just looks stupid.
I don't want to draft. I just want people going across on both of them. From a screenshot, 2K will be the same as 2K19, just like every year. Yeah.
I felt like the graphics did look better with that one screenshot that I saw.
I mean, they do look a little better, but we'll see what happens.
So we'll see. New draft after SummerSlam.
I don't want a new draft.
I would be okay with it if we're going to switch up the rosters a little bit and make things maybe a little bit more even, because I think as it stands right now, I think SmackDown has a better women's division. I feel like they're more stacked than Raw. And I would love to see them kind of split them up a little differently, a little better, a little more equally, so there aren't,
Becky's
tons
gonna
of...
is totally gonna be the cover star of 2K20.
She is.
Yeah,
Yes,
Ajima
not a
would
doubt
say
in my
no
mind.
though.
But if you ask him, he's going to say that we have a picture of Lacey ready to go and that he will slide that in its place of Becky. That will not be happening. I can guarantee that. Becky will be on the cover and you will never see Lacey on the cover of a
I'll show you
game.
the one of a kind when we
Oh,
get
and you're going to sell it on eBay?
Yep.
You're going to forge your signature, you're going to sign it Lacey Evans and then sell it for a lot of money? Yep, okay. Well, okay.
Both
Okay.
him and Alice want separate stars and shows to be filled.
I would be okay with that.
The problem is they're gonna screw it up, and Nick Cross murdered Lacey Evans twice in NXT.
So do you not like Lacey? I don't like Lacey. Because we might have that in common. We might be best buds if you don't like Lacey. I mean, I'm just saying. You might be my new best friend if you don't like Lacey. Because, nope, you don't like Lacey. Wait. Nope, you don't like
he
Lacey.
doesn't like Lacey.
Huh?
He doesn't like Lacey.
Okay, well then, we can be best buds then. Because I don't like Lacey. She shouldn't have been given the title shot that she was given 1,000,000 times for the last 3 months. Shouldn't have happened. She wasn't ready. She still isn't ready. She should go back down to NXT and train some more. She was moved up too early. And when they moved her up, you know what they did with her? They had her walk up and down the ramp for a solid, 3 months? And then they gave her a title shot for 3 months.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yep.
You're going to argue me on this. You always do. But she really didn't need to be in the title picture.
Problem was they weren't promoting anybody else.
She is only at house shows at the moment, which is real good. I'm glad for that. Because right now, I don't need to see her on the main roster for quite some time. As with Baron Corbin. Now, Matt, if you don't like Baron Corbin, we will be best friends. Because I don't like Baron Corbin. Watch, he's going to say he loves Baron Corbin. And I'm going to be like, sorry.
Aleister Black and Nick Cross should have been the only two who should have been called up.
Well, yes.
I won't disagree. I don't know. Ricochet, I think, is okay.
Yeah, I do too. I think Aleister Black, Ricochet, and Nikki. Calling up Lacey was just kind of stupid. Did EC3 get called up in that round too? Does anybody remember?
No.
Because they were, if it was two separate ones, they were really close together.
He was before that.
He was?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Was Lacey in the one before then? Because I'm pretty sure EC3 and Lacey were both brought up at the same time.
I'm pretty sure that.
Thank you. I will agree with that. The only thing about Corbin that is cool is the theme song. Everything else sucks. I will agree with that. He does have a really good theme song, which does suck because he sucks. So,
Everybody sees so much survived in the main roster.
Somewhat, yes. They have their redeeming qualities. But did EC3... Yeah, Black and Ricochet were called up at the same time.
Yeah.
And they were called up when Ciampa and Gargano were, but then they moved Gargano and Ciampa back down, and they kept Ricochet. And... stop. That's a rumor, James. That is a rumor. We do not speak of that.
Yet. We will be, though.
Clash of Champions is in September.
Yeah.
So that'd be...
We will be talking about
If
that.
Lacey gets another title shot
We'll
in
be talking
September,
about that very soon.
then, that would mean Becky retains.
In fact, we'll be talking about that in about a month.
Whatever.
Corbin does have a few cool moves. And then, yes.
It looked real gnarly when...
She were all called up.
That's what I thought. Yeah. And Cross...
Which was right before this last group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were so close together. It was like... It was the Raw after TLC. Yeah. It was so close together. It was like, dude, why are we calling people up this close together? Like, Lacey could have easily stayed in NXT until that second round of call-ups, I guess.
Yeah.
But easily, she could have easily stayed in NXT because she needed it. She really does need it.
Yep.
And I think even Heavy Machinery could have stayed in NXT 2 for a little longer. I can't believe they screwed that up.
Yes.
Should have been Asuka versus Cross. Tell me about it. You know, so, like, for reals, though. And then they haven't done anything with EC3, and he was, like, hanging with, you know, the big dudes and NXT, and they brought him up, and they screwed him over.
Well, they messed up a lot of things over the last, you know,
So it was, like,
several months.
It's really,
Probably several years.
what is the purpose of calling these people up
If you're not going to use them.
if you're not going to
Yeah.
use them?
I agree.
Like, leave them in NXT where they can excel,
Yeah.
not sit in catering.
That last women's standing match with Asuka and Cross is fantastic. Yes.
It was. So the other day I did read an article. I guess it was an
AKA
interview.
the first last women's standing match.
Yo, EC3 Impact hiring. No, but I read an article the other day, something about Evolution 2, and I think it was like Becky said that she doesn't think that they need Ronda to do an Evolution 2. She thinks that they could do it with what they
I
have
don't
right
think
now.
they need Ronda. I think
I don't
they just need
either.
to focus on the women's division.
I
and
think
promote
they
some
could pull it
people.
off, and I think people would watch it, even if they didn't promote the women's division.
I
Evolution
think-
2, I think people would still watch
Well,
it.
I think you need to promote people, though.
I do think you need to
Get
promote people,
people
but
out
even if
there.
they didn't, I still could very well see everybody watching Evolution 2, just because everybody wants it so bad.
You might. Not discrediting the Becky-Charlotte match, but Asuka and Cross did it first.
They did do it first.
Yeah.
But the Becky and Charlotte last women's standing match, oh, that was fire. That should have been the main event of Evolution. I will never not say that, because that match should have been the main event of Evolution. It was not, because Ronda and Nikki were in the main event because of Ronda's name. I felt as though Becky and Charlotte should have, though, because that match was so much better. Just saying. It was right before the other match, and I was like, you couldn't just flip-flop those two, because they honestly, just closing out the show with that match would have been epic.
Yes.
It's what they should have done. I don't know what everybody else thinks, but that's what they should have done. Just saying. Just saying.
All right, with that, all the people who thought Evolution was going to be a terrible pay-per-view, and it was really good.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
It really was. Which is really disappointing to the fact that I heard Becky admit the whole relationship thing on TV was awkward. I haven't seen anything, but I can imagine.
Yeah, I would agree.
I can imagine it was weird. Like,
I would... G.
I would G.
Yeah.
I would G. I would G. I would.
I just retracted it.
Oh, thanks. Thank
Hey,
you,
thanks,
bro.
Matt.
We appreciate it. Yeah, if you follow us on Twitter, you get all the information from me.
You'll get most of it. from her, 'cause
Information from me.
Like I
when
said,
we go
time
live, what
consuming
I'm,
for
you
me.
know, thinking about on wrestling stuff. It's all on
24/7.
Twitter. Oh, I'm the 24/7
I would've
Twitter
watched Evolution
champion.
too.
I
Yes.
would've. Because it would have been good. I think it would have been
We
good.
know you would, James.
Yeah, we know.
If it
James
has
would've.
Becky in it, you're going to watch it.
If it has the women in it, Becky's
Well,
gonna watch it.
especially if
James
it has
gonna
Becky in it.
watch it.
Well, if like Lacey
'Cause-
was a headline and Becky wasn't on there, I'm sure that James would not be watching it.
So what do you think Bray's theme's gonna be? I think it needs to be that creepy funhouse music that he's had in the
Yes,
background
I
of
think so too.
the funhouse
Yeah.
segments. You know that I don't even know how to explain it.
Or he doesn't even need an entrance. The lights
He just
go
like
out,
the lights go out, it goes,
and he's in the ring.
and he's there.
Yeah.
I think that'd be good too. But I think the funhouse music would make a lot of
Yeah.
sense. And it's got to be some like creep-tastic video on the screen with like his hammer and he's like smacking things. Fox Sports should ask WWE for a new show.
I have said they
Just
should.
the women's superstars.
I have said they should have their own show.
You have been. for
Not
the last-
because I don't want to see him with the men's, but because
Bray wanted Slipknot.
they could put them all in there, and have an hour-long or 2-hour-long show, whatever, however long they want to make it,
Yeah.
and then the women are focused on.
Yeah.
Well, right now, they kind of get lost in the shuffle,
Yeah.
and there's some of them that could be, I think, potential big stars if they just were out there.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, the problem is the Mae Young Classic. There's just not enough. It's a classic. You see them once.
I love
Maven.
how Yowie Wowie is the new Mamma Mia. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's really funny. Yeah, I mean, it
All right.
is.
With that, I think we're going to take off. We'll be back Monday with Raw, after Raw. Reminder coming up, is it 2 weeks?
For what?
Our prediction show?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, we'll have...
It is. That's funny. Just imagine people yelling that during Braves matches.
Yeah.
Yowie Wowie, Yowie Wowie.
Yeah.
That's funny. Somebody should start that though. Like for reals. That is funny. Yeah, 2 weeks.
That is funny.
It's 2 weeks.
2 weeks
till
we'll do a prediction
SummerSlam.
show. So
2
Matt,
weeks we got
have
a
a prediction
prediction
show the
show.
Friday before Takeover and
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam.
It's a fun
we do a
time.
prediction show.
We have a prediction
You come up and
belt.
get predictions. We keep track.
Whoever wins at the end, they get our
Whoever
cool
wins is the champion.
prediction belt. They get
And
the
you
they
get
get
to,
the
like, brag.
label of being the champ.
Yes.
You get to brag.
I've
You
talked
get
about-
bragging rights.
If we have enough, if we get to where we would have had enough people like doing it,
Yeah.
that we would actually maybe consider buying like a real title.
Oh, it's official. Cody versus Shawn Spears with Tully Blanchard at All Out.
Yeah. Export says in my title. Actually, I think there were 3 of these exports that had the title this week.
Anthony
last
Scott
time.
and Export, I believe.
Yeah.
How are you doing Cardiff
3 of
and
you.
All Out? Well, I don't know because they were stupid and they put them on the same days. And so, like, I don't know.
Yes, we're not sure.
I feel like we have to watch All Out. Like, I think
Good night, James. You have a good week too.
yes, you do. Have a good week. I think we talked about like maybe doing like a watch along with All Out and then doing like the recap of Cardiff the next day
Yeah.
because like they're the same day and it's really really difficult and like All Out is gonna be a big deal and everybody's gonna be like, what?
We are still deciding on what we're going to do with that.
It's so stupid. They had to put them on the same day. It
Yes.
just makes our lives so much more difficult as pro wrestling fans because we want to watch both shows and they're trying to make us choose. And it's just garbage.
Definitely.
We should complain. We should start a petition like somebody started a petition to get Brock Lesnar fired.
Yeah, that
7 people have signed it.
And you see that's worked out real well.
7 people have signed it, though.
Yeah, well, that's, at that rate.
That's 7 people, guys,
Yes.
that have said we want Brock Lesnar
Yeah.
fired.
CM Punk to
CM
AEW.
Dub, what the heck was that?
See, well, I was going to combine AEW and CM Punk together. CM Punk to AEW confirmed.
James, it won't be your title this time. It'll be mine. It won't be yours.
We will see.
Because you had a total of 2, simply buy 2 monitors and watch them both. I think we talked about that too.
Export, I have enough TVs in the house and monitors.
You know what's funny
and
is I think we even
everything
said that is like
I
on
could-
one screen we have Takeover Cardiff, on the other screen we have All Out, and we watch the same thing at the same time and do a watch along, and we're like,
We've
oh
actually-
my gosh!
We've actually got one
It
computer
will
that
be
actually has.
mine. Well, Matt, it could be yours if you join the prediction show.
I've got
know?
one
If you're good at predicting,
computer that actually has 3 screens attached to it, so
it's
so we could do it.
we could. We got Takeover, AEW, and then our stream.
Yeah.
We
By
totally
the way,
could.
The new AEW network sucks.
I love it.
I
Actually like
I haven't
it.
had any issues with it, but I haven't played.
Well,
with
we
it
had some issues today where we were trying
Yeah,
to
we
watch
did.
NXT and it wouldn't work on the television, in the one television in the kitchen. But then I went to my room and watched it, and it worked.
Yeah, so
So I don't know what the deal was with that. I know a couple people have had some super issues with it where they're like my account was screwed up.
missed the main event of NXT.
It was really good.
Well,
Pete Dunne
good.
versus
Hey,
Roderick Strong.
at least we weren't the only ones having issues.
Yeah,
I'm glad to see somebody else was. Not that I'm glad that you missed the main event, but
not a
I'm
fan
glad
of the
it's
whole
not
VIP
just us
thing
being messed
in
up.
it. Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
I feel like my nose is bleeding.
All right, with that reminder,
That's
we
not
stream
good.
every Monday after Raw, every Tuesday after SmackDown, every Wednesday after NXT. Okay, not every Wednesday because it just depends on what's happening with the NXT.
Jeez, most Wednesdays. We didn't stream last week, and now you're like, guys.
Well, because
We might
I
not
don't
be back
want
for
to,
NXT.
if they're gonna do the stuff they've been doing where they tape it and like show it, like 9 months later, then I don't know.
But we've been fine this
Anyway.
far at this point.
After every pay-per-view, and we always do a prediction show,
the
prior
Friday
to the
before
pay-per-views.
pay-per-view.
Reminder, if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell button so you know when we go live. Follow us on Twitter at Maven Gleen, Mr. Gleen, The Wrestle Story. You're better off going with Maven Gleen because she will respond and she has more time than I do during
Now
the day
we have
do
to
those
review
things.
AEW.
Now you have to
NXT,
review AEW, NXT, and
NXT UK.
it's going to be great, isn't it?
Same day, guys.
Yeah.
This is dumb.
I know.
Why did AEW have to choose the same day as NXT?
We talked
Well, now
about doing...
NXT has to move.
We talked about doing like a live show during AEW since it's on later, or supposed to be on later. And then doing the NXT UK thing while AEW is going on and kind of talking about both at the same time. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Live reaction.
Yeah, live
We
reaction.
need
That's
to.
kind of what we
That's
we
what a
talked
lot.
about
We've had
doing.
a couple people tell us like during pay-per-views
Yeah,
and
do a
stuff we
live
should
show.
do live reactions. I think it'd be fun because my reactions are always ridiculous.
Yes,
Ridiculous. Ask anybody.
they are.
Okay, actually just ask him.
Yeah,
If they're ridiculous.
pretty much.
Like,
Yes.
if we think back to like when Becky got taken out of the main event.
Good night, James. Thanks a lot. We agree. Appreciate having you
almost
come
fell on
around.
the
Love
floor
having
and
you
started
here.
Crying. My
Even though-
reactions are great.
We won't hold it against you.
Moral
even
of
though-
the story.
Hold it against you, even though you are a Becky fan. That's okay.
Hey, I'm a Becky
I'll
fan.
let you come around and enjoy the show.
I'm a Becky fan.
I know. It's giving James a hard time.
Wait. I take offense to that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it. So with that, we will see everybody Monday night after Raw. Have a good evening.
Peace out.